hard team.
Wait, so you said England's going to win it?
Yeah, England will win the World Cup, bro.
Did you just not say that? And I put him down as my young player of the tournament because I think he's going to be fantastic. I think, the stuff he's going to do in this tournament is going to be Pele. Like when Pele came and, he was like 17 or 18 years old when he played for Brazil in the World Cup. That Mbappe factor as well from when I think Mbappe was like maybe say 19 at the time or something like that when he played the first World Cup. So I just think, he's got that effect, right? And he's so influential to Barcelona and he's going to do the same for Spain. He already showed that he can do it in, the Euros, right? So he's probably going to continue from there. And let history be known, teams that usually win the European Championship, they usually end up going and then winning the World Cup. You look at the way Spain did it before. They won the European Championship, then they won the Cup. France did the same thing as well. They did that and then they won the World Cup. So let's see. It's interesting. But yeah, Yamal's my pick for young player of the tournament. He's going to be a superstar for sure.
Yeah, young player of the tournament, I don't know. I feel like that one is a bit of a tougher one, but I'm going to go for Endrick. I think my man's going to have his... Because, everyone knows Endrick, so it's not like, he's going to be a breakout star, but I think people are still waiting to see, okay, this is why Real Madrid bought him kind of thing, innit? And I think he'll get into that. I don't know if he'll start the first game, but I think eventually he'll be in that starting 11, and I think he'll be important for Brazil, so I'll give it Endrick. Yeah, no, definitely. I think Endrick, he's a sharp shooter. Yeah. That's the one thing I'll say about him. And I think if Brazil can progress and he can get enough game time, because obviously you have people that they brought along like Igor Thiago, and even Cunha can do that. Number 9 as well. So let's see. I think a decent shout out or player I wanted to give a shout out to that I think will be a star performer in the tournament, and he could be a shout out for even young player is Ryan Cherki. I think if he can get enough game time for France. I think that's the big thing, though. Is he going to get enough game time? He's going to do some wonders for them. But even them, having to bring people like him off the bench, it's a privilege. In that same France team, there's probably 4 or 5 men that can easily win young player of the tournament. So it's like, it's a bit of a you never know who's even going to get the game time. So I think that one's hard to call over there. So why don't we both think England are going to do that well? But no, it's simple because Cole Palmer's not there. Of course he's there. So I'll be honest. He would have been on the bench. I think England have got a better chance of winning it than Spain and France. I think they're going to win it. But the reason I haven't put their players there is because I don't think they've got that. I don't think England are going to win it because of individual ability. I think they're going to win it because Tuchel's going to set them up in a way that it's hard to beat, and then they've got like decent on the top side of the pitch, so it's like they'll get goals, and I think they'll be a hard team. Wait, so you said England's going to win it? Yeah, England will win the World Cup, bro. Did you just not say that the flipping final is going to be Spain and England? Oh, Spain and England? Yeah. England are doing the revenge. Yeah. England are doing the revenge. Fine, okay. But it's like, it's not going to be, Kane had an amazing... Kane might get like top scorer, but I don't think there's going to be a player where it's like, Rashford isn't going to go and be the best player in the tournament, isn't it? Anthony Gordon. These men are players that are like, they'll do their job and it's good enough to win your tournament. You play as a team. Interesting. Get that second star. I got a bit of a rogue one here. It's my Chelsea bias are going to come out a bit. My boy Kendry Pires. Who the hell is that? Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
He's for Ecuador. I think he's 17, 18. Chelsea signed him when he was 16 and he's been out on loan since, isn't it? And he hasn't had a good time. He went to Strasbourg, done poor. He went on loan back to Argentina and he hasn't been good. But he's been called out and my man's a maverick, innit? I think in an international tournament where it's like your country's nations are on you, I think my man will turn up. And I've been saying... That's not a recency bias, yeah? What? On my man? Yeah, because didn't he just have the transfer over? The thing, no, we signed him 2 years ago, and before we signed him, he was doing well. He was excelling. He was Ecuador's up-and-coming player. We signed him, got to his head a bit. You know what I mean? He hasn't been performing well since. But now it's like the World Cup's here, and you managed to get into the squad. You're Ecuador star boy. You were meant to be Ecuador star boy. So if you get game time, I think my man's going to have a World Cup still.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It would have been Esteval, but do you know what I mean? He's unfortunate.
Let us know what you think if you even heard of this guy.
That's a real breakout star. The niggas are going to be picking players that everybody knows and that. I got to go for a breakout star in Kendry.
Listen, in my opinion, what a breakout star is a player that, you know, they may be well known to, you know, people that actually watch football, maybe say the westernized country, but remember, World Cup is watched by, you know, billions of people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a player that they may not have heard in certain countries. All of a sudden, you won the World Cup and you're getting watched globally. Of course, people are going to know you. That's a breakout star. And that's why I think my breakout star is going to be Diomande. So Diomande plays for Ivory Coast, like a lot of you know, and he's been ripping it up in the Bundesliga. You know, the guy's only 19 years old. At the moment, Liverpool, you know, PSG, and one other team as well, you know, they're in the hunt for his you know, to get the player at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and he's a great player, you know. I don't think it is an easy
No, because it's like Liverpool won him. So he's already, and they're saying it's 100 mil or something, 80 mil for my man. So it's like, he's not breaking out. He's already broken out, and then he's going to go beat that guy.
It's his first season, but remember what I'm saying, yeah? Like, when it comes to breakout star, it needs to be someone that may not be known globally. He's not known globally. Do you know what I mean? That man's probably got like 300k followers.
He has to
now.
He has to do beyond the madness. Where a Kendry is like, your breakoutness is just you have a good World Cup, you've broken out in it. My man, because people already like, there's murmurs of him. Teams like PSG want him. If he has just a normal World Cup, PSG and Liverpool will be thinking, what's that man?
I hear you, but you look at someone like Enzo Fernandez in the last World Cup. I think he got breakout star, right?
He was a breakout star.
Yeah, he was a breakout star, but who was he playing for? Benfica, and then Chelsea got him afterwards. Do you know what I mean? That he was already playing good for them. You get me? So that's what I'm saying to you. At the end of the day, yeah, this guy's having a good season. Big club's already after his signature. Now he's going to announce himself globally. Billions of people are going to watch him play because how excited he is unbelievable. I saw him light up the African Cup of Nations, and yeah, trust me, he's going to do the same to the World Cup. So, Diomande, watch out. I think you already said yours, no?
The thing is, I mentioned Kane, but I'm a little bit torn between Kane and Mbappe, if I'm being honest. And I think Mbappe is coming into this tournament with, he's got a bit of a point to prove. Obviously, he scored a hat-trick in the last final, but in terms of personally for Mbappe, your reputation right now is in the gutter, isn't it? They're calling him dictator.
Yeah.
PSG have gone back-to-back Champions League since you left, and Real Madrid have gone back-to-back trophyless, isn't it? So it's like, Mbappe, are you the problem or are you the man that's going to lead?
He's not. Listen, you know, like all big players, he's got an ego. Like all big players, you'll get a population of people that hate you. I remember seeing Ronaldo, you know, peak Ronaldo and people hated him. I remember seeing peak Messi and people hated him. When you're a superstar, people don't like you. And that's why time and time again, you have to keep delivering to shut people up. And the more you deliver, the more people expect of you. And I think that's what's happening with Mbappe. He's just come off winning, you know, the top goal scorer in the La Liga for the second season running, by the way. And 2 seasons have been there.
Right.
So it's like now for France, now they've got a good team, you know, they could be able to push him. But the only reason why I'm not going for Mbappe as my top goal scorer is the fact that France now have a lot of people that can contribute to the team and a lot of people that can actually score. They don't just need to get the ball and give it to Mbappe. Do you know what I mean? You can get the ball and you can see Elise on your right hand side. You know, you can see up front. You may have like a Dembele, so you have all these different people to pass to. So that's what I think. Yeah,
Mbappe, bro.
No,
you have to pass to Mbappe.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Mbappe runs that team, innit?
He runs that team, but there's other people that can do it on their own, and you know. So that's why I think there's a lot of superstars. People like Cherky. You think Cherky's getting on the ball, and first thing he's doing is passing to Mbappe. Sometimes he's trying to shoot, and he's done it a few times for them. I think their last warm-up match, he literally scored like that. So some of these players, their arrogance, you know, Mbappe's there, they know they're good. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's see what happens. But I just think the reason he's not going to be my top goal scorer, or the person I think is going to be top goal scorer, is purely just because other teammates are going to pitch in as well. Due may score, you know, Elise may score, Cherky may score, Dembele. So it just depends. I think I'm probably going to go with Harry Kane, even though I think England aren't going to progress and like be in the final. I do think Harry Kane, throughout, you know, the earlier stages, when he clicks, he can just go on that run where he can score like 4 goals in like 2 games. Like he's just that deadly. And that's the thing with the type of players England have, they're probably going to be winning quite a lot of penalties as well. And Harry Kane's fantastic at that. So I see Harry Kane being definitely being the top goal scorer for sure.
You agree?
I said, man, I think Harry Kane's going to be there, but I'm giving it Mbappe.
No.
I think Morocco. Are definitely an underdog team. I think they're actually going to top their group. So I think in that group where they've got Brazil, they're gonna top the group. And I think, similar to the last World Cup, they actually did well. So I don't know if actually that's an underdog per se.
So is their semi-finals in the last World Cup?
Do I need to water it down even a bit more?
Yeah. But I'd put my underdog team as it's tough. Oh no, I'm gonna go for an African team. I'm gonna go for Senegal.
Senegal, yeah.
Senegal.
Okay.
I think even that it feels like it's almost not an underdog, but they don't rate us Africans that much in the World Cup thing. So it's like it's an underdog thing in it. So I think Senegal have got enough. Defensively, they've got a good squad, a good team. Attacking wise, they've got a few young players that are decent. Like Ibrahim Mbaye, that's at PSG. I think is Mane retired after the...
No, it's still there.
Okay, Mane is there. Got Jackson in that squad.
Jamie Jackson.
And Dies in the squad. I think Senegal could go far. I don't know. Once you get to the semi-finals, I feel like it's already an achievement, isn't it? Like, especially for most of the teams that are on, like the England and the Brazils and Spain that are trying to get to the final. So I feel like they can get them if they get through that game, one game away from glory. So I think Senegal have got a decent shot this year.
I'm kind of torn between two. One, the USA, just because, it's their country and they've actually looked good at some of their warm-up games.
Some dodgy referees.
So I am tempted to throw them in the hat, but at the same time as well, I'm tempted to also go with Ivory Coast, just because I look at, the Yan Diamandes, you look at the Amats, for example, and, I think they've got the youngest squad. People laugh when I say Ahmed. You don't understand.
It was when Ahmed in the same sentence as the potentially £100 million.
No, I'm talking about the collection of the team.
Yeah.
They've got quite a few decent players. They've got Doué's older brother as well that plays for them. They're a good team. So, but I'm gonna have to stick with the USA though. I'll go with the USA.
This is a decent USA team, to be honest. They've got quite a few
very decent and a patriotic USA team with a few dodgy decisions.
Pulisic, I think, is gonna have a good tournament.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these American players are probably like waiting for this tournament, and they'll probably deal with the conditions better than like some of the English players or some of these other players might do. So it is actually not a bad shout. USA there still.
Yeah, no, I'll go for the USA, man.
What about the?
That one, I think a bit of PTSD makes me feel like England is the right answer to that, but I really think they're going to do it this year, innit? So, underwhelming team. I think I might have to go for Brazil.
Gonna go for Brazil?
Yeah, I think everyone's got expectations on Brazil, innit? It's like Ancelotti's in charge. Named his last World Cup. Like, this is his last chance of his generation getting anything in it. And they do have a decent team, but I think they're going to struggle to get the best out of each other in like the thingies, and that front three, I think it's not going to be as easy to get it to work, is it?
I actually disagree. I'll be honest. I think Brazil, they may not have their best squad, but they do have a team that can potentially work together with a good manager as well, with someone that can motivate them. So I think Brazil might do okay in the tournament. I don't see them going deep into the tournament, but I do see them performing well. I see players like Endrick that are going to perform well and be a good, anchor for them. I think Casemiro as well. That's going to be,
But when you say you don't see them doing well, like you think they're going to do okay, what do you think?
They could get into the quarters. I think they could get into the quarters.
But I think quarters for Brazil, especially for the Brazilians, like the fans, I think that's a disappointing World Cup. But if they finish lower than that, then that's like this is bizarre.
Yeah. We're talking about like underwhelming could be like last 16, a team that could
like England
could meet
another 16.
And the thing is, fair play. England could meet like a half decent team, like I don't know. These tournaments, any little shock could happen. They could meet a Germany that you don't expect, and Germany could just beat them. And Germany aren't even in the conversation for teams that are going to win the tournament. Yeah. But it's like England could face Germany and easily lose to Germany, in the last 16. So, but in the same breath, I'm actually going to go with another South American country, and that's Argentina. I think, Messi's had his glory days. In my opinion, I think he's probably going to have to rely on other players, of the attackers, to help them out, and I just don't see them gelling as much as people think they will. You know, with Lautaro, he's had a good season, but he's never really played that well in that Argentinian team, in my opinion. Alvarez is good, right? You know, he's come off like a decent tournament as well, but a decent season as well. But at the same time, I don't see him keeping up the levels that and having the same motivation that they did, 4 years prior. So I'm gonna go Argentina. People are probably gonna disagree, but yeah, Argentina definitely.